Okay. Abusing the mental state of a 15-year-old. Yo, I got abused by even younger people, so you can't blame me. Hello and welcome to my review of Game 2 of the Real BAC Championship. In Game 1, I won a resounding victory against the highest rated player maybe I've ever beaten in real life and even online. Frankly, it was 1390. In this game, I was playing Sachi. I apologize, Sachi. Dawad Dawadkar. Yeah, my apologies. My rating was still 874, and hers is 908. I had the white pieces. And in this game, what ended up happening was I was feeling really good for my last game, and I think I just got overconfident, and we will see that play out. So I went e4, as usual, and she went into a Sicilian. So we played a pretty standard Sicilian. But here she played, well, I guess it wasn't unusual, just a little bit different than I'm used to. Nothing weird or wild so far in the opening. And I took, and my thinking was, and I do this too much. I did this last time, but at least I did it correctly. In my last tournament, here, in this position, I went here with my bishop, and this loses a piece. If he takes, I have to take, and then I lose this. On the other hand, if he takes, and I take this, he can take this. And if I take this, he takes this. I just lose a piece, no matter how you look at it. So, so this time I wanted to do the same thing for whatever reason, because I get it in my head that this is a good idea. And it's really not a good idea. But I still decided to do it. I didn't want to lose a piece this time, so I took with this knight first. I castled, and really thought about not doing it, but then I did it anyway. Her response was to go here, and we take, and she takes back. So at this point, I have what seems like a fairly good position. I'm pretty comfortable with it. It's 0.5 for me. I solidify this pawn, which is not a good move at all. Is bring out my bishop, which makes sense, right? Why not develop our bishop? We are in good position to do so. But no, we didn't do that. We just moved this pawn. So she did this, which is a really good move. I ignored it, which was a really bad decision. I should have just taken. And this is a problem that I had in my previous game too, where I should have taken a piece that I didn't take. But we'll see that later. Then she moves here, and I bring my knight back. Again, this is not a very accurate move. It wants me to come over here, so I can kind of get into this position. But, didn't work out that way. So she came here, and I guess this is a bad move for reasons that I did not find. And it wants me to just do this. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so the computer has an awesome line that I didn't see at all. The tactics here just weren't there for me. Okay, I take this. He has to take. Then I would check. If he takes, then I would check. He has to go here. Then rook. Oh, shit. Then I take queen. Holy Christ. Okay, so literally, at this point, he has to take here, and then I win the bishop. She had to take there. Okay. Anyway. Surely I'm on the right screen now. Surely. Yeah, surely I am. Surely. Surely I'm on the right screen. Thank you. Anyway, point is, I missed it. We're still even. It's not like the end of the world, but I missed it. That's what happened. So she took, because that's all she could do. I take back. It is what it is. This move was not very strong, and it allowed for this. And at this point, what I'm thinking is, I am literally one move from checkmate. If I do this, there's almost nothing she can do to prevent checkmate. She can go back, but then I can take this pawn with check. Then she gets stuck here, and you know, my king is coming in for a devastating, or my queen is coming in for a devastating attack. She comes here to threaten checkmate on her own. And my thought is, okay, I can either play b3, or I can give a check here. Push the queen back, the king back. And I play b3, which is the right move, because I still wanted to make this a thing. Still wanted to make this work. And at this point, I'm winning, right? I'm just winning. There's just not that much you can do. But she basically offers a queen trade. And this would have put me in a really good position. And I got ultra fucking greedy. I just thought, I don't want to trade queens. So I gave a check. Which is not that bad. I didn't really lose anything. King moves back. And then I went here. And my thought was, I'm forking this. I'm forking this. If she lets me take this, I've got a pincer attack, right? Pincer, like a lobster pincer attack. There's literally no stopping it. She lets me take this. So I'm calculating this move, and I'm calculating, you know, okay, she can move there and defend this and this square. And at that point, like, I can bring this pawn up, and if this takes, then I can take, right? And like at this point, like I can start pushing this pawn. I can bring this in and sack this to bring this to push. Like, this is where my brain is. And she's just like, oh yeah, but if I just do that, I defend everything. Which wasn't even the best move. Her best move was indeed the thing I was thinking about. But unfortunately, her move threw me off so much I didn't know what to do. And I was like, shit, I kind of need to go back. And what I should have done, honestly, is just repeated moves. I should have just said, okay, fine, and come back here. But I didn't. My best move in this position is to centralize my king so that I don't get attacked this way. I didn't. She moved here. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna kick the knight. And my thought here was like very flawed thinking. My thought was, okay, the knight can't go here, or the knight can go there, but that's very passive. The knight can't go here. It makes, this is even more passive, and this is the most passive. So I was like, okay, where is he gonna go? Of course, there's that square, which, like, I'm an idiot, because, like, I should see that that's a square. And I kind of panicked. Like, I obviously still have, like, threats and things that I can do. I can stop this pawn. I can, like, there's all kinds of shit I can do here. But I just, like, panicked. And I was like, okay, well, if I move here, the knight can't go here. Like, I'm safe. No, this is also protected. What is wrong with me? So now I finally get forced into making the right move. Which isn't even the best move at this point. At this point, the best move is to just defend it and let him take it. But, yeah. I do this. She checks me. I move over. Okay, but I'm already down 2.6. I went from up 2.6 to down 2.6. And this is kind of what happens. So I remember sitting here thinking, okay, but I'm really safe. narrator voice. I'm not that safe. He goes like this, and I remember thinking, okay, we're good. And I didn't even see the tactic. Her tactic was really brilliant. My move was horrendous. My best move, though, was to take. And this was super awesome. The idea here is if I take, and he takes, and I take, and now I have unstoppable mate. There's absolutely nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. So if I take, I'm also defending this bishop. But the thing was, here's the thing. I didn't think I had to defend this bishop. Because my thought was, here, if he takes this bishop, I just take it back. And then, like, it didn't even occur to me that there was a tactic at play. So my thought was, okay, I'm safe. He can't push. Like, all I was worried about was like, okay, there's no pawn to kick my bishop off. He's obviously not going to sack the exchange. It makes no sense, right? So if I can get into a position where I can threaten the king, like I'm literally like one step away from a checkmate. And I just kept focusing on this checkmate. And I'm just like the kid that was in the first game, who was so focused on attacking that I missed what was actually going on. What was going on was that if she takes, and I take, and she checks, I only have one move. I can only go here. Then this is mate. The game's over. That was hard. I did not see that. Now, granted, if I would have seen that, and I would have understood that I needed to defend this pawn, and this might have come through my mind that, hey, I can do this. This opens the whole thing up for me, right? But I didn't. So, I'm thinking, I'll come in here, and now I'm threatening this pawn, right? I can sack this into here. If he takes, I take. If he doesn't take, I just come right back. And then this is mate on like the next move, basically. There's almost nothing you can do about it. I guess he can move his thing here, but then I can just take that. Like, it's just like the game's over, right? And I missed the fact that he can just take. Brilliant move. She can take. Brilliant move. Beautiful. I almost took back instantly, and then I thought about it, and I was like, why did she do that? And I was like, fuck. So, at that point, what I wanted to do, there was a few things that I wanted to do or should have done, but I touched my queen. Because the first thing that I tried to do was to go, or no, sorry, this wasn't that move. Yeah, no. The first thing I tried to do was to go here. So I picked up my queen to go here because this was mate. And I was just thinking, okay, this is fine. I don't care about this bishop because, I'm so locked in. And I put my queen here, and before I released it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally hanging my queen. What am I doing? And then I had to make a queen move. And really, like, I wouldn't have wanted to make a queen move because I went here, and the best move, as you can see, is here. Because now we're defending all of our things. We're keeping the knight out, right? And I would have found this had I not been so focused. Had I seen this move, because I really didn't want to go here. So what I thought was, okay, I've already moved my queen. This is probably the best square I can go to. Because if I go here, it's like almost forcing a queen trade. I don't really want to queen trade because I'm a piece down. But if I go here, it does prevent bishop e8, or rook b8, which would be like the lead into a whole bunch of checkmating routines. I was also still having hopes and dreams of like maybe someday getting to like here, and I don't know. I was just at this point I was just hope chess because I was desperate. Um, she moved her knight in, which was not the right place or way to do it, but it was still very threatening. It was very hard because this is still mate, right? This is check. I have one square. That's mate, right? So at this point I had to figure out a way to make it not mate. My solution was this. And the thought was, check here, I go here, take here, I take here. And that's what happened. I went here, take there. Oh no, I didn't. I found this at the last minute, that hey, now I can take the rook. I'm glad I found it, at least, because like, that was important. I needed to find that. And basically, the idea was, even if he checks this way or checks this way, I can still take this. This was a good move, and I went over here. It wasn't the best move, but it was an okay move. That was the best move, and I had to go over here. But now you can see it's mate in 3. It's already over. This messed up. I thought the game was over here, and I was like, oh my god, I'm back in the game. It's still mate in 9. Not much I can do about it. Did this, moved here, she went rook b8, it's mate in 6. Literally just not much I can do. I went here to try and distract her, but I could see that there was really not much I could do. Like, it was pretty clear that, you know, if I go here, she still goes here. I go here, I lose this, or she takes it this way, and I have to go here, right? Like, then we're talking about, you know, a situation where it's like mate like this, or check like this, and I'm here, and then you can check like this, and I'm just like, the game's over, right? Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, it was just very clear. So that's how that game ended. It was sad. It was frustrating. And ultimately, it all came down to me not seeing this threat because I was so focused on this. And also, frankly, back here, me not just saying, I know that I'm winning. Just trade the queen. I know that I'm winning. And this is the big blunder where I was no longer winning anymore. And from there, it went downhill. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And you can see in the review kind of what happened, right? Like, I slowly worked my way up. And then it just like went down from there. And that was that. And that was game 2. I was kind of bummed, but I was 1-1. She was like an 11-year-old girl, so that also like stung a little bit. Not that she's a girl, but it's just like losing to an 11-year-old is a little bit brutal. there's nothing you can do about it. It's just always kind of a brutal feeling. You're like, shit, this is a kid. But, you know, I was feeling okay, and so I let it happen. And I got some energy. I ate some food. And I just prepared myself for the third game. I just tried to let it go. You know, I analyzed it. I saw that, like, hey, I was winning. Let's not do that again. Someone wants to trade queens and you're winning, just trade the queens. You're already winning the game. So I tried to learn my lesson from there. And that was my big takeaway here, that I think the first game I played really well. And so I got super confident that I was just going to just dominate this girl. And instead of still realizing that she was a serious competitor, I just kept getting more and more brazen, trying to pull out steeper and steeper wins, and I shouldn't have done that. So, yep, that's that game, and we will call it there. All right. Thanks again. Thanks for hanging out. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, whatever. Do those things that people do. And I will catch people later. Take care. Bye-bye.